Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I want to talk about my personal goals for 2019, and I know it's a little bit late of uploading, but that doesn't mean I haven't started. I split my goals into 3 different categories, and they are myself, relationships, and school. And at the end, I'm also going to give like little reminders or tips to help me achieve those goals. So for the first category is myself. My first goal for 2019 is probably going to be the most important goal, which is self-care. I say this every year, but I feel like I need to get better at it and I need to stick to it. Also, I think one of the most important things for anyone is that they should take care of themselves first before they can think about anything else. So for self-care, I want to eat better. That doesn't mean just eating healthy, but also eating a good amount, a healthy amount. My goal is basically to gain weight, and I want to gain healthy weight instead of just cramming a whole bunch of whatever food that it may be into my system. I also want to sleep more, and I always mention this when I'm in school. I say sleep is important, but also it means the good amount of sleep. You can't oversleep, or you can't sleep not enough and live only off of caffeine, which I am actually trying to work on, because throughout the whole winter break, I don't think I've had a single day where I slept normal 6 to 8-ish hours that an average person should. And overall, I just want to take care of my body. And the second thing on the category of myself is that I want to achieve happiness in 2019. Pure happiness. I want to do something that makes me happy, find something that makes me happy, and keep on doing it and sticking to it. Because usually when I find something happy, then I do it once and then forget about it. But then I should actually keep trying to put it into my schedule, take time to myself, and actually do what makes me happy, which nowadays is dance, but also try some other hobbies. Which leads to the third thing of my goals for myself, which would be to write and create more. When I was little, I used to love drawing, even if it was random, but I also love drawing and writing. I would journal every single day, and looking back at those memories, whether they were good or bad, reminded me of who I was, what happened, and how I learned from it. What I do want to do more in 2019 is to actually journal and create more. And like, that doesn't mean just YouTube, but like also get into photography that I was scared to do before. I also want to journal and write more, because writing is actually a better way to deal with my emotions and to deal with anything in my life. And I've actually stopped doing that because I didn't take time to actually put it on words instead of just bottled up inside. And so my last goal for myself is to live a healthy lifestyle. For the most part, I want to make working out a hobby rather than a chore. And I've done this goal last year, and I feel like I've done better than I have before, because I actually love working out and I love going to the gym, but now I don't really make time for it, so I really want to make time for it. So working out is basically one way of living a healthier lifestyle and incorporating it into my schedule. The second category of my goals that I want to achieve in 2019 would be about relationships. And by what I mean by relationships is relationships with everyone around me, which would be like my significant other, my family, my friends, and anyone else that comes across my life. First goal is that I want to grow in relationships, and by that I want to actually talk to people instead of have them talk to me. Maybe I should try to be the first one to start a conversation instead of waiting there for somebody else to talk to me. Growing in relationships, I would also like to try connecting with old friends, maybe send them a message once in a while and actually catch up. And also what I would like to do is continue with new relationships, like I said, to actually start conversations instead of waiting for one to happen. And the second goal is to socialize and prioritize. So what I mean by this is that it's okay to say no to outings and know what's a good amount of socializing, because last year I would always want to go out and always had the FOMO kind of deal. And I think that I spent a good amount of time with my friends, but now I feel like I should actually figure out and prioritize what is more important. For the third thing I want to build on relationships is a relationship with my family. Being in college, I feel like I've been a little bit adrift for the past couple of years. So this year I want to learn to love my family again, being away has caused a little bit of space between us, so I haven't really gotten the chance to talk to them or actually catch up with them and learn about what their life has been. Like, one of my cousins got engaged and I didn't even know when that happened. So what I do want to do is grow in relationships with my family and actually bond with them and enjoy their presence. And family is one of the first relationships in life, and it's one of the ones that will live on through the rest of your life. And for the fourth one on relationships, it's a weird one, but I think it kind of goes into this category. It's basically post consistently. Consistently. Yes. Now, this is a very broad topic, but I do want to say that social media is one way of connecting to each other. So what I mean by post consistently is that I don't mean posting every day or just post random things or post anything. What I mean by post consist is to be more up to date with what's going on in the world, with my friends, with my family, and anything like that. I don't mean this by just YouTube or just Instagram. I also mean this as Facebook, because Facebook is connecting to my family. A lot of my family actually use Facebook. So I actually want to let my family know that I'm okay. I want to know what's going on with my family in the Philippines. I should actually keep up to date with that. And yeah, that's basically what I mean by post consistently. So for the third category that I have for my goals for 2019 would be for school. My first goal for school would be time management. And I've always tried to work on time management for school ever since I started college, and try to figure out how to study on my own time, how to do classes on my own time. But I feel like I've kind of gotten the hang of things last year. So this year I just want to really concrete that in and actually understand what to do in the amount of time that I have. The second goal is to focus on my goals. I am a junior, technically a senior, I don't know, junior/senior, basically on the last half of nearly graduating. So what I do want to do is focus on that goal of not just graduating, but actually continue on my education into later on years, and hopefully things go well. If anything, school comes first whenever I'm there. School should come first everywhere. My third goal for school would be to grow as a leader. I guess it would be a very broad topic, because when I mean grow as a leader, I mean like also have confidence enough to lead people, also have the idea of how to lead people, also think ahead of what to do and be prepared for everything. So basically all of the qualities that a leader have, I want to try to work on that. And the last goal that I have for school is to be on time and be ahead. Punctuation is key. Think ahead of time instead of thinking behind. So instead of thinking, oh, it's due next week, I'll do it next week. Oh, think it's due next week, I'll start planning on it now. I mean, I have been doing this, but I also want to get better at it, because there are times where I do happen to do it the day before, or there are times where I have been planning ahead. This also works at punctuation as in arrival. So like I have class at 8 a.m. sometimes, and what I do is I don't get out of bed until like 8:50, and so I could be there exactly at 8 or 8:50, 7:50, and so I could actually be there at 8. So those are basically like my overall goals and what my goals that I wish to achieve in 2019. So for this last little segment, I want to talk about the reminders and tips that I will tell myself to help me achieve those goals. So the first tip that I want to talk about is to remember that making mistakes is okay. I would always beat myself up when I would mess up, just the slightest. Everyone makes mistakes, but I need to tell myself to keep looking up and understand that mistakes are common and I will come across them, and it's not like everything will go perfectly as planned. Mistakes will be made and mistakes are okay, and they will be part of the process. My second tip that I want to tell myself is to be assured of myself. Be assured yourself. Be assured that you can do it. So whenever achieving a goal, you want to have the mindset that everything is possible and that you will get there. You can't say I might, or I'm thinking about it, or I think, I guess. Those are things that I typically say, actually. But I should start telling myself that it is, I can, I will, and everything will be all right. I need to start relying on myself and telling myself that you can do it, Stop downing yourself, and you shouldn't have to rely on other people to achieve it. You should rely on yourself. So the third reminder that I have is to think of the big picture rather than the small things. Of course, the small things matter, but if you look at the overall picture, sometimes that small thing won't make a big of a difference. What you want to do is aim high. Even though that you think you may not have a chance, the fact that you even tried to even get to the big picture and the highest point that you can be helps. Knowing that you at least tried your best is achieving and awarding enough. And for the last reminder, you are not alone. I always tell myself that because I don't really tell other people that I need help, and I don't really ask for help, and I'm honestly scared to ask for help. But this year I really want to try to use my resources. I have a support team, I have my family, I have my friends, I have people in school, tutors, counselors, and all that could help me. So this year I really want to actually expand and ask for help. Even though it is half of my days in college, asking for help has always been a struggle for me, and I know that there are a lot of people out there that could help me, but throughout my journey I've just always tried to do it by myself. Those are my goals for 2019. I am actually looking forward to 2019 because in my head there's a lot of things that are going on that I cannot wait for it to happen, but it's all about execution. So I know that I will actually achieve these and actually work on them and actually think about them sooner or later. That will all be worth it. 2019 is definitely a year that I feel like what I have planned is going to work itself out. Thank you for watching, and let's make 2019 a good one. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, follow me on all my social medias, click for post notifications or whatever it's called. I don't know, YouTube has changed ever since the last time I did it. Okay, bye! Oh my god, I can't breathe.